Hey everybody, so I've been using this Nothing Phone 1 for the past few days now, and I got queries from a lot of you regarding the camera quality of the Nothing Phone 1 and also some questions regarding the display and whatnot. So in this video, I'll be answering all those questions and will let you know in detail about the camera quality of this Nothing Phone 1 along with a quick comparison with the S20 FE 5G as that also sells in the similar price segment these days. So stay tuned and tap on that subscribe button to see more videos like this one. And in case you wish to watch this video in Hindi language, here is a card to the BitTech Hindi channel. Starting off with the questions, and the first one was about the display. And many of you asked me about the tint issues with the display and if my unit has it too. Well, I did check it, and if you turn off the lights and turn down the brightness of the device, then yes, at a specific level it is quite visible. Half of the display is greenish and half is kinda normal. Actually, we have seen this similar issue on the Oneplus Nord as well, and even the Oneplus 8T. Though it isn't something that critical as high refresh rate panels do have it, but yes, it's definitely there and visible on grey backgrounds and can even be felt on the settings page as well. And some of you asked me about the app lock and the feature to hide applications, and since you know it is stock Android mostly, it just does not have any of those features. And nothing might add them with an update, but as of now it's just not there. Other than that, yes, we have a face unlock here and it works fine and works even with face masks. Though it is not the best way to secure your phone, but yeah, it works. Lastly, it does not support HDR in Netflix, which is a bummer. Now coming to the camera part, and as you know it has two cameras on the back and one on the front, and the primary sensor is Sony IMX766 and the ultra wide sensor is Samsung JN1 that also works as a macro camera. The front facing 16 megapixel camera is Sony IMX471, and after setting up the phone, the device did get an update which had some camera fixes too. So I took all the images on the latest version as of this date. The camera application is quite clean and easy to use and has pretty much all the basic modes. Though I would have loved to see more options here, and maybe they can work on it in the future. In the video department, the device can shoot up to 4K 30 from the primary back camera and only 1080p 30 from the front facing camera, which is a bummer as I feel there should have been a 4K option at this price point, and also the front facing camera should have a better sensor. So I took some image samples and tested the device thoroughly, and here are my observations with the same. Starting off with the primary sensor, and you can see in the image samples, the images that it captures can look pretty good sometimes when the light is right, and it can capture some really natural looking images, something not a lot of phones do. Though if you zoom in, you can see that the details are a bit less sometimes. Also a quick comparison with the S20 FE image, and you can see the results for yourself. The dynamic range that it captures is quite good at times, and the images look balanced for the most part. And you can see it in some more samples. The colors and images are very much natural, something I prefer. So for like the non-human subjects, it does quite well in daylight. And now if I talk about the human subjects, I tested out the portrait mode and the normal mode as well. And the images are quite decent if not the best. The images look quite crisp yet natural, and the skin tones are very much close to reality. In portrait mode it can take some good images too, but I have seen that it just applies this weird washing effect on images and they look quite bad sometimes. And hopefully nothing is looking into it and will fix it with an update, as it happened quite frequently for me. The edge detection is quite on point, I would say, and the images are very much usable for the most part. If I compare the images to S20 FE, then yes, the Nothing Phone 1 has very good images and sometimes even better than that. Overall in daylight, the Phone 1 can take some really decent looking images, though it isn't quite the same for low light scenarios. And I observed this issue while using the night mode, as it applied this reddish tint to all images, and even though the details are fine, the colors are totally messed up at times. If there is some light source, then it tried to make the most of it and capture some really good looking images. And here the S20 FE does a better job overall, and the images from the Phone 1 are usable too, but the colors are very natural in the images shot from the S20 FE. In totally dark scenarios, it still needs some work, as even the Pixel 4a can still nail those shots, so there's that. The ultra wide angle camera is fine too, but does not share the same color accuracy as the primary camera and has quite a bit of color shift, which makes the images look average to good at best. With the night mode, it does a better job in low light scenarios, and you can see the images and judge for yourself. Also, here is a video shot from the primary rear camera at 1080p 30fps and 4K, and I did not find the video quality to be good in terms of stability, though I feel it does require some improvement in that part, as the videos feel a bit shaky and not up to the mark. Coming to the front facing camera, and here are the samples directly, and if you can give it a good amount of light, like in daylight scenarios, it can give you some good and usable results. Even though the images do lack a bit on the detail side, the skin tones it captures are natural and there is minimum post processing, which is a good thing. But it starts to fall apart in indoor lighting and low light scenarios. So it is more of decent to good category. And if I were to say at this price point, I think they should have used a newer sensor here. Here is a video sample from the front facing camera, and it can only shoot in 1080p 30fps. So after taking a lot of image samples, I can say that this device does take some really natural looking images, and if nothing can work on some issues that I mentioned, it can be a really well balanced camera for still shots. For videos, I'll keep an eye on things, but for now it is just average on the video front. And that's pretty much it for this in-depth camera review of the Phone 1. What do you guys feel about it? Do let me know in the comment section down below. And in case you end up liking this video, do press that like button and subscribe button while you're at it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.